It's been interesting watching kind of just the evolution of play, even with the loose parts, from kids just playing with them to like building really intricate forts, and a lot of role play, a lot of like scientific play, so like where they're experimenting. Like you can see them trying things out and then adjusting their designs and then trying it out again.
The girl who made the little slide by stacking the stuff up and then sliding down the cardboard in a crate, that was cool. We hadn't seen that yet, so every day there's something new.
I made a cat play structure, and this is a switch. If you turn it, it turns on, and if you turn it the other way, it turns off. It makes a good place for the cats to play with.
This has been something they've been doing consistently every day for several weeks, taking turns getting inside the barrel and then having their friends roll it across the playground. It's one of those things you see and we're like, is that okay? And we kept checking in. The child on the inside, usually they'll knock or they'll kick off the lid if they're done being in there.
I want to make sure this fits perfectly. We have a safe ride.
Yes.
Alright.
Okay, crouch down.
Go down.
You can sit up when we put the thing on.
Alright. You're allowed to sit up now.
Now we're gonna tip you over.
Alright, let's roll those back.
What? Ah! Okay, we have to lift you up.
The kindergarten, for example, like students designed and built sunshades. And what was interesting was they built them in miniature in the classroom and then they brought them out and tested them. We had kids that were building their sunshade structures in actual size and actually testing them out on the playground with no direction from the teachers whatsoever. And so you had kids making really fantastic structures of their own accord because of something they had done in the classrooms. I mean, that's the whole point of inquiry-based learning.
I've seen an overlap of free play during recess and what is going on in the classroom, and it's helping them make connections that maybe they wouldn't have otherwise about big topics like community intertwined with their play.
Do you have any carrots? I'm a homeless person. Your name is Cedar. You can't come in right now. Okay. Get in the restaurant. Sorry, we're not open yet. Okay. So sometimes we're just cooking for free. We only cook for free or for the coffee. We want some coffee. We got some money. I'm back for my carrots. Here you go. No.
Everyone's concerned with a lot of the materials like the cardboard tubes and the hoses about sword play and kids hitting each other. So we've adopted the rule of just scrap on scrap. You can hit a piece of scrap material against another scrap material. You can't hit a body. The kids have been pretty good about it. And we have to remind them occasionally, but we have had absolutely zero injuries related to sword play since we introduced this, and kids have been really getting into it. So it's cool. You can see them really demonstrating that they understand boundaries with each other and figure that stuff out.
That was another thing that was kind of hard for some folks because we'd have teachers come out and they'd be like, hey, wait a minute. And it's like, no, as long as they're not hitting each other or hurting each other, like we're trying to let them explore this stuff. And honestly, people have really appreciated that.
This is a safe and supported, well-supervised environment in which they can kind of explore these really human ideas of morality and violence and power and in a frame that's really safe.
The parents responded really positively. I haven't had zero complaints from any parents in our entire community about it the entire time we've done it. I think a big thing from our standpoint is just being okay with kids being kids.
I've seen kids who definitely struggle a lot at recess because it's kind of a wild time for them, and have found a more constructive mode of play.
I have seen a whole lot less, especially with younger guys, a whole lot less conflict at recess. I've also seen some new social dynamics of kids playing together that have not before. One of my favorite witness things was seeing our 8th graders, who are kind of at the senioritis stage, graduating in a couple weeks, and usually can be divided into their cliques. You know, you'll have some kids playing basketball, you'll have some kids talking, but you rarely see the whole group together. And when I went outside, they had crafted a massively long jump rope out of some interesting old material, and you had about 4 kids spinning the jump rope, you had about 10 kids jumping, and you had the rest of the class literally cheering them on. And that was really cool to me, to see kids that normally wouldn't be involved in a whole group activity like that, confident enough to do that, smiling, laughing, having fun, taking turns. It just all kind of happened naturally.
And so just opportunities for kids to interact, and you know, sometimes those are hard, but kids solve those problems and they're able to move on, and most of the time on their own without any adult intervention, which is what we want. We need people to be able to interact in this world in a positive and constructive manner.
It was a very sunny day and it was hot on the ground. So I told him, can you please get out? I am trying to put some padding on the ground because it is very hot. And he didn't understand what I was doing. Then I tried one more time, and then he actually did understand what I was doing. So he got out, and he knew that it was just going to take me a minute or two. And then all my friends came in and we had a wonderful time.
How do you get kids involved in cleaning up? And that's where a really neat place where you see kids taking leadership in ways that some kids who didn't show up before are super actively involved every single day, making sure that every single piece of scrap gets picked up, and they feel very proud about that. That's something that we've seen and been excited about.
We have more parents asking about recess now than we have all year. We have kids more excited about recess than we have all year.
You should check it out. It's been a lot of fun. Anytime that you can get an opportunity to watch kids play in a less structured environment where they have choice and they get to control the play, it definitely is an interesting thing to see just how engaged they are and how good a job they do with it and how much fun they have with it. It's been a lot of fun.